All right, Cole, what was it like being in one of the greatest 1500-meter races of all time?
It was awesome. Definitely felt like that while I was in the race. That was really special. Yeah, I mean, 7th place is something that maybe at the beginning of this year I would have kind of not been too excited about, but all things considered this year, I'm definitely walking away from this race satisfied and, have more confidence in my ability as an athlete, knowing what I've been able to do with this season.
In 3:30.
Yeah, I just barely saw that as I was walking off the track. Yeah, it was a PR as well, so I'll take that.
So what do you mean by that? Because you had a limited build-up and you still run a PR?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't running until about April 1st this year. And so, yeah, I was in February and March. I was kind of wondering if I would maybe scrap this season and all, and just see what I can do at USA's. And as I moved through the year, I continued to improve at a really fast rate. And you have to be careful when you're coming back into fitness that quick, because that's when other injuries sprout up. The snowball rolling this season and seeing where I can take it.
What was the injury, and are you confident it won't come back for next year?
Yeah, I had actually a double Achilles flare-up. One was about a month, and then as soon as that one healed, I think I was overcompensating on my other side, and all in all, it held me out for about a month and a half this indoor season.
Maybe you don't need the affirmation, but is that affirming to know that here at age 22, after all this, you're obviously clearly an authentic global medal contender? I mean, maybe you didn't need that, but that's the bottom line.
Yeah, definitely. I think, kind of the way I've been looking at it is that if I can get 7th in the world with a below average season, it's kind of eye-opening to see what I can do when I'm hot all year round, and it gives me a lot of confidence.
And as you suggested, you were much closer to a medal here than you were in Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly. Within the race, I told myself, I'm like, I'm actually still in it. 800 meters in at Tokyo, I was out of it, and I think that was obvious watching both of these races. And it wasn't a slow race this year either, and I got a PR out of it.
You loved the rail a lot. Tactically, what did you like about what you did? And if you had to do over, would you do anything over?
Of course, unless you win the race, you change something most of the time. I wanted to get out, and I wanted to get on the rail. I wanted to be in the front of the pack, and I just didn't want to. I felt like I was burning a little too much energy trying to get to the front, and so I kind of settled for that. And I was right behind Kerr, and I told myself, I was like, well, I'm right behind him. He's going to get to the front, and I wanted to follow him, but I lost him somehow. But I wish I would have just hung on to him, because I did feel like fitness wasn't what was holding me back today. It was I was boxed in.
What about Jakob losing for the 2nd straight year? Do you think he's just inherently vulnerable in the championship because his speed's not so good?
It's hard for me to say. When he's an Olympic champion. I think Whiteman opened up people's eyes on he's not unbeatable. I think a lot of guys know that at this caliber, but when someone does it, it opens up that weak spot. And I think Kerr, I haven't watched the race back, but it looked like he ran a very similar race to Whiteman last year.
And what's next for you?
Hopefully that lands me in Zurich Diamond League, and hopefully I can get to the Brussels Diamond League as well and just compete at those ones, and with the hopes of finishing my season at Prefontaine.
And like getting enough points to get in that pre-final.
Exactly.
DL final.
And what about Coach Thomas has now moved back to Virginia Tech, so where are you located? Are you going to be still coached by him? How's that going to work?
Right now I'm intending on still being coached by him 100%, and I'm up in the air. It was like one of those things, get through this. There was a lot of pressure. This is a week of just straight focus, and same with the build-up from USA to now. And it's fun. You can't orchestrate a move, and look at those possibilities until I can sit down, talk to my family, and decide what's best. But as of now, moving into the Olympic year, I feel very confident in keeping Ben as my coach.
And do you have any training partners, or who do you train with?
Yeah, I've trained with OTC this year with Matt Wisner, Jack Urian, Reed Brown, I'll go with Jackson Messer. It's a good group of guys, and just they're kind of in the same situation as me. Obviously, they're more at the semi-pro level, so this isn't their full life right now, which it is my full life, and so we're in a little bit different boats there, but we're all looking at options.
Would you consider staying in Eugene and being coached remotely, or is that one of the options?
Yeah, that's an option. Like I said, I've got probably five options on the table right now, and it's hard to pinpoint.
What about, have you done much altitude training? Or?
I haven't done any altitude training, so that's another thing to consider moving into this next year. And like I said, this is my career, and I think fully shifting into just a 100% professional environment. I think I did that well this past year, but just honing in on those specific details this next year.
What is it about you and Coach Thomas? He seems to